Okay, the purpose of this video is to showcase some basic ordering rules or reordering rules. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump into inventory, go into master data products, and then we're just going to create a new product here. And I'm going to say that this is a yellow office mug. So I'm creating a yellow office mug. We need to we could probably spend 20 minutes just on this form itself, but I'm just going to go over some basics here. So I'm going to make sure it's a storable product. I'm going to make sure that it can be bought in this case, and then make sure it can be sold and it can be purchased. So just indicating whether it can be sold to an end client and it can be purchased from a vendor. And then under the purchase tab, we need to indicate a vendor for this product. In this case, I think I entered in office mug vendor. Office mugs for you is the vendor. And we could do things like indicate the delivery lead time, the minimum order quantity for this specific product or this vendor, price, all those sorts of things. So I'm just going to save and close this. And the next thing I'm going to do is actually establish those reordering rules. So I'm going to go ahead and click in. I'm going to save this first. And I'm going to go ahead and click into reordering rules. I'm going to create reordering rules. And then saying for this product, I want to have a minimum quantity on hand of 5 and a maximum on hand of 10. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that there. I'll go back to the product itself. And you'll notice now our reordering rules say, okay, we need to have a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 10. And what Odoo will do on a 24-hour basis, actually, is it'll run a scheduler. And what the scheduler will do, it'll reference those reordering rules. It'll also reference any quotations or sales orders that you have or incoming delivery orders from vendors. And then based on all those things, it'll actually create a request for quotation to send to that vendor, this vendor in that case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just manually do this. So like I said, it's set to schedule every 24 hours, but you can really set up this periodically however you guys would like. So I'm just going to force this right now, run the scheduler. And what this will do, if I go out into my purchasing application here, this went ahead and created a request for quotation from this vendor, the Office Mugs for you. And yep, so the quantity for that request for quotation was 10 units, and that just taking into account our reordering rules for a maximum of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and I can send this to the vendor here. So I'm sending a request for quotation to the vendor. And what the vendor's going to get is they're actually going to get an actual request for quotation. So have all your company information and the description for the RFQ. So I'm going to go ahead and send this, and you'll notice that this went from sending, so it went from RFQ to RFQ sent, and then everything that is related to this object is in the chatter here. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm the order. You'll notice that this created one receipt on our inventory warehouse. So if I actually go back out to inventory overview, you'll notice this is that one receipt that it's referencing. I'll click into there and I'll go ahead and say, okay, yes, we need to validate and bring these yellow office mugs into stock. I'm going to validate, apply, and then 10 to 10, this has now been brought into stock. And we can go ahead and check that by going back into, you can do this a couple different ways, but we go back into that purchase order. We can go into the receipts again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this directly from the office mug. So I'm just going to click on the product, click into the products here, yellow office mug, and now we have 10 on hand. So really cool way to set up those reordering rules and then actually have those, bring those into stock. So another function of this is if I were to go ahead and say make a sales order, which I'll do right now. So I'm just going to go into sales, create a quick quotation, and then confirm it into a sales order for Brad Pitt. I'm going to say that was the yellow office mug we have. And I'm going to say that Brad Pitt wants to buy 6 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and say Brad wants to buy 6 of these. And I'll save that. And then the same workflow for sending a request for quotation out to a vendor. This is sending a quote to Brad Pitt, our customer. So I can go ahead and send that. I'm just going to go ahead and confirm the order. And then this created one delivery for Brad. And then you'll notice that based off this delivery, which is also shown in the inventory side of things as a new delivery, but based off of this delivery or sales order to Brad, because we bought 6, and the reordering rules, we had 10 on stock, and after this order, we'd only have 4, which would hit the minimum order of 5 and the maximum of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and run that scheduler one more time just to show everyone kind of live what this would look like. Run the scheduler. And based on that sale and based off of our reordering rules, it's going to go ahead and create a new request for quotation for quantity of 6 on hand so that we get back up to the 10 for the minimum reordering rules, or excuse me, the maximum for the reordering. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that order and again receive the products, and we can validate. And I'm going to go ahead and just click into this product now and see how many we have in stock. You'll notice, okay, now we've purchased 16. We have 16 on hand. And then I think this is saying that we have 10 forecasted to bring in. So this might be showing different information. Everyone kind of gets the point is we have reordering rules in place, and then through those reordering rules, it'll create requests for quotation and the purchasing side of things in order to bring it into stock on the inventory side of things.